As this community grows to be known by terms like cringe, childlike and many more, this community has flourished to have talented creators learning new skills in their animating and artistic skills, using the assets given by Gacha's endless sea of assets as a base. Groups of them being mentioned as Gacha animators, Gacha editors, Gacha artists, so on and so forth. However, the sub-community of Gacha has been known for a while, and it's not the first nor is it the last of sub-communities to be around. And that's the Gacha Ranters. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, but these guys spread misinformation. Or, oh, they like to target our idols for views, all that. But what if I told you that the misleading is done in a way to paint them as the bad actors, by bad actors themselves? Shocking, is it not? Now let's take a brief moment to take in this video's length and understand why that may be the case. Before we continue, if you don't know me by now, I'm Lissy Rosie, a transitioning Gacha variety content creator. You may know me from my interview video with Flodolindi and Crovier about the Mika Rose situation a month back. If you did not see it, give it a listen and watch. I get into details about the situation with them in full. And no, I don't call it drama. I'm not a fish looking for something too wet. Now sit tight, get a snack, drink water, and stay hydrated. Put on your earphones or headphones and listen well. If you listen through the first half of the introduction, then we'll bring something back from there, and if you didn't, then why are you here? You may have heard of the word rant thrown around every 3 to 5 business days and such, but allow me to get the definition for you as you don't take the buzzword context and actually know what it means. Rant is a way to speak or shout at lengths in a wild and impassioned way in the sense of a verb. Its noun counterpart is a form of tirade. And its meaning would be a very long and angry speech of criticism or, by all means, accusation. Usually rants would be spoken in a way of criticism. And if you do not know what it means, then here's what it means. Criticism is the expression of disapproval of a person or a thing based on its perceived faults or mistakes. The analysis and judgment of a merit and fault of a literary or artistic work. Although it may be mistaken for its more passive counterpart like critique, the difference with critique is it's a detailed assessment of a literary and political theory. In short, it's to evaluate something with detailed views. This usually helps researchers to provide precise and leading reports and thesis. Gacha ranters who use these ethics with ease and proper understanding brings forth a very clear and understanding statement to your audience. And if you can see the title of this video, that may not be the case. People who make rants in less than a few minutes are making it digestible for the fanbase to understand it. However, with this short time of under 5 minutes is not enough to bring a meaningful and fruitful statement for the viewers to understand. We're in a generation where kids' attention span is shorter than 1 minute, and no, this is not a way to say this is the cause of ADHD in kids. As someone who is diagnosed with ADHD, the attention span with such diagnosis is as worse. However, if I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, it's because kids can't always sit through long-length videos with topics like this and find it boring in the end. It's like 1 hour of math and history class, if you will. And this can be why misleading information gets through quicker if research is not done properly, thus making ranters look bad. Am I done? Not really. Although ranters may be depicted as bad people or clout chasers, it's not how we perceive it. It's how others do see it and tell their audience as an opinion. Before you all come at me with pitchforks and torches ready to burn me on a wooden stake like a witch, hear me out. Opinions do matter to understand their view. Pause for a moment. Opinions can be valid when their point of view is based on very sensible reasoning. It's not a fact, and you cannot use it as a shield to validate your points unless there is a valid reason and evidence laid in front of you and them. So don't take opinions true to heart sometimes. Some are sensible, some aren't. Influence can play a role in painting a picture of someone. You may think of influence as people of many followers and subscribers and such, but that power comes with great responsibility. And this is where that power can be used accidentally wrong. Or on purpose. Back to my point on opinions, people make them, so do people of influence to share what they think to their audience. And people who are die-hard fans of an influencer takes their words for gospel and stay true as their image embodies perfection. Side note, I will be making a video on online fame, be on the lookout. Now why does it play a role? When a person shares their opinions to their fans, they take it seriously. Not the creator. The fans. The community is full of young and impressionable children, and they don't have a fully developed mind, reasonable. But the influencer must tell the fans that it's their opinion and to never take it as their words of gospel. An understanding statement of that would make a change. However, this part is mostly ignored as opinions are open for anyone to counter or object to it to add more information. People who take their influence too far can go so far as painting ranters as bad influence or false leading creators. Which saddens me to think people do this much to say that ranters should not be around. However, I won't always be using ranters before this video ends, you'll see soon enough. With kids taking this information in, that's how they'll eventually portray that creator or sub-community as a whole, and it makes damaging impacts that even people who want to spread awareness become mentally drained and scared, fearing that these people will hate them for wrong reasons. Before we move on to the next section, please remember there is a person on the other side of that screen. Calling them these horrible things will hurt them more than you think. They're human too. We're human. Think before you type and click. If you have been on this godforsaken platform for a while, you may have heard of two communities fly around here. If you said commentary and tea community, winner winner chicken dinner my friend. So let's separate the two first, to get an understanding of their difference. The tea community is a community of creators that often report on internet controversy and drama, hence why it's called tea. They exist on other platforms, Instagram, or if you want a place more toxic than uranium, Twitter and TikTok. A place I will never put my hands on because its community there is so bad even as a Gen Z like me hates it. On the other hand, the commentary community are creators who are focused on responding to videos in a critiquing manner while using an arrangement of avatars. These are limited, but not only to, anime, games, comics, vice versa. As someone who takes in these contents often as background audiobooks while drawing and studying, I can say some do quite a good job on making them. An example of these types of creators is Swoop, whom I highly recommend going to if you want to listen on documentaries about controversies that have been researched very thoroughly. Although, yes, some do in this community use the drama for their own personal gain, and if they're monetized. Money. Lots of them. Views are the equivalent to money in the Gacha community in a sense. Why this section has been named as rants or commentary is that rants are often used to criticize on a person or thing in an impassionate manner, while commentary is a documentary style of critique and or criticism without sounding as rash to whom this is made for my genuine stance to keep the Gacha community thriving without dousing the fire, which I doubt knowing this whole community for almost a decade now, I want to wrap this video with my final thoughts, and what to call ranters without using the buzzword every now and then. Knowing the community won't change, but I doubt once these kids grow up and actually see the faults they made or their idols made, I'm hoping people get this through to their heads as much as possible, because hey, when you're young you're also stupid. And God, do I admit to it fully now as an adult. Now remember when I said I won't always be using ranters when we reach here. That's because instead of calling Gacha ranters, well, ranters. I recommend my fellow colleagues under the sub-community to use the following here on this list. Gacha commentary, Gacha news or Gacha news flash, Gacha report and Gacha info. If you have any other titles that are fitting to the following list, you can share it in the comments down below. With that being said, I've been your host Lissy Rosie. Signing off.